Alright, welcome to Elevate Premiere and Elevate Presents. We're going to do a ribbon cane today. Teaching up Mr. Robert, and he's helping film as well. Robert, if you have any questions, ask, because it'll definitely enhance the experience. So you can do this on 10, 12, 8, you can even do it on probably 6, but you probably can't do too many colors. So I'm welding this up, and I'm doing this on 16, and I'm not going to go very big. I mean, this will actually be pretty big. So we're going to cut this down. So one thing about this too is if you want more lines, you can go with, thinner things of glass. Obviously you can get more lines on it because it's more surface area. I am going to go with, I think I'm going to go with man, I want to use that color. I gotta get some jet black. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little bit of, I like the black. I'm gonna go with black on the outside. So I'm gonna make it a little bit thinner. What I have right here. Pull the stringer down a little bit. Okay, so I just wanted that a little thinner for my lines. Alright, and then I always go from top to bottom so I can have the top in the flame as I'm laying my second color down. So for this, I'm going to go with black first. Okay, then I'm going to do my slime. Now when I lay this, I want it to melt into the black, so you kind of want it juicy. And you could go thinner here, but I want a nice thick line. Okay, you could go in with thinner lines, thicker lines, whatever. I really don't like it to go too far wider than the width of the glass. Then I'm going to go ahead and get some heat into this so I can lay it down across this thing nice and easy. So yeah, we're creating the rivet, so this is going to be in between the glass. And then you just twist it up like a little football.
Okay, so you only do that amount of lines and then melt it in? Or
Yep.
do you do a whole bunch of, you don't do a whole bunch of lines around the whole thing?
That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
Alright.
So I got a lot of heat into this piece right there now.
A little color goes a long way.
Yeah, like that's the neat thing.
Less
about
is
this.
more. So you're using the clear to maximize how much color you actually have.
I don't know if it well, it definitely maximizes the color, but it just is what it is to make the effect of the ribbon. So then I go just right past down there. I'm going to remove this like close to right there. That's that. Bada bing, bada bang. So next, I'm going to actually hook up my glass shield.
Yeah, this is gonna get hot.
Because it gets hot. Yeah, there's a lot of glass there.
With all that glass, you're gonna need a lot of heat to melt it together.
Best way to clean this up.
Water on a rag.
So, first thing I want to do is I want to get this all centered, because right now it's obviously not centered. There ain't no big deal right here. But I also have to pony up to this thing. I'm going to pony up right to the center in there. I'm not going to worry about melting it too great, because I got a great stick there, but this thing's going to be so hot it's just going to be, there's no way it's going to crack. It'll all melt down. So I'm letting that harden up on my left. Now I'm letting it get some heat up here to my right. We'll do just that little thing right there and get that thing down. Okay. Now I'm going to heat this up, and I'm going to get this centered now over here. So that's centered. And I'm going to spin this up, get some heat up in here. And I mostly do the two ends, just because the residual is always getting in the middle. I kind of keep it straight like this, and I don't know the best way. This is how I do it. I'm sure there's a better way out there, and if there is, let us know. I'm always trying to better my skills, that's for sure. Let me know. So now that this is kind of melting up into there, I'm going to start just spinning it up and squishing it together.
So then,
I'm going to actually turn my flame down because it's a pretty big one.
why are you squishing it together, Mr. Steve?
So I get more of a ball,
Okay.
but I'm not squishing it together. See, it's just kind
You're
of...
letting it fall into its ball form.
Yeah, and by twisting it's also helping fall into a ball form.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I'm not really squishing it. That was a good call there. But it is like...
You're applying just a gentle force.
Yeah, you can see it definitely shrunk down a little bit, I think, in length. But, so it's twisted up now, and then all that black color should kind of come to the edge anyways and create that ribbon effect. So now I'm just going to power this down over on this end. And some people will pull this when it looks just like that. I like to just take it a little bit further. If you don't pull it get it like all the way smooth, you kind of run a chance of when you're using it that it will
Fuzz out.
no, not fuzz out. It'll crack when you pick it up, because you're never gonna anneal this stuff.
Okay.
So you got a lot of color in there and whatnot. So you can see how that just spun out now. Now it looks like a big old ribbon in there.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this, dude.
Yeah, these are really fun, and they make, if you're doing inside out work, they just really make your piece really freaking dope. So that's that. That's your ribbon, and now you're gonna pull it down. So I'm gonna heat that back up over there, and I got a lot of heat in it, and I like pulling from my left side. So I probably should have heated up my right side first, then my left side, and then started pulling it, but I didn't. It's been a minute since I made these. But so eventually I'm going to start twisting it with both hands as I pull this down. And I gotta let the left side cool down a little bit, obviously, just because with the color in there, it's got a higher viscosity. And as it pulls down, you gotta give it more twist, because if you just stretch something out, that twist gets spread over a distance, and it loses over the. It's still one twist per X, but you want a lot of twists per little thing. So I'm going to go ahead and start. There it goes. Now I can get this down. So I'll stop spinning with my left hand. And if you want to go quicker or put more spin, you can spin it with your left hand. One thing I can't say is make sure you give it enough twist. If you don't have enough twist there, it's just not going to look that good when you lay it in your piece. It's all about the twist. You know, like Chubby Checker said, do the twist. Something like that.
It's a good quote.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Music is powerful.
It is, huh?
So you can also control the density of your stringer that you're pulling there by how far you have it in the flame.
You mean, what do you mean density?
Like
how thick it is?
Yeah, how thick it is.
Just like a stringer, you control it, how thick you want to pull it out or not. So I used to pull it with just with tweezers, but I like getting extra spin in there. And that means I gotta spin it, and you can't do that with tweezers.
Yeah, that'd be pretty close to impossible.
So when you start to spin it with your left hand, you can see it gets a little, sometimes you'll lose the straightness. If you don't like that, then you just gotta do it like with one hand, but I don't know. And you can pull this ribbon down as small as you want or as big as you want. Sometimes when I'm pulling, I pull two different sizes so I have it for what I want to do. So that's a pretty tight one.
Yeah. Very close in color.
So I'm not even going to hook that up this time. But yeah, so and I'm going to show you how to do this way as well. If you drink lots of coffee in the morning, you'll be shaking like me.
I try and limit it to 1 cup a day.
Yeah. And you want to be careful too, because you can have a tendency to over twist it. So it's kind of like you need to find the thing, but one thing I've seen most when you first start out is not enough twist. So that's what I stress on. Some people will do this with a drill. So this I'm pulling a little thicker actually than my last one. When I lay it in a piece, I kind of like them thick sometimes. They just pop out like a big old giant worm in your glass. So with that 16, I get a lot of stuff. It took a while, but you know, I got a lot of prep. I can use it. I can save it. Put it in a Tupperware, and you know, it's not going to go bad.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You don't even have to put it in a Tupperware, but storage and
store it in a box or something.
yeah, you know, keep the dust off of it.
Plastic wrapped.
Yeah, that's not even a bad thing. Although I don't like plastic wrap as much because these things are really fragile.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're, you know, laying in like a box or something, they won't break. But I feel if you wrap them up, they might break easier. But yeah, a little plastic wrap over a box might not be bad.
No, not at all. That would be a good idea. Lots of color. 4 sticks so far.
Yeah, and you can do, you know, you can just do one color. One color is actually really dope for ribbons. You know, if you want to put spaces in the middle, just use clear. There's really just have fun with it. Try to use the color wheel. You know, stick to colors that are good. Experimenting is fun, but it's kind of a waste.
Yeah.
I say that because
If you don't
I've
know
done
what
it.
you're doing.
If you see something you like, make shit like that. Use those colors. You know, get a color wheel. They got that shit online.
No unobtainium.
Yeah, no unobtainium inside. Outside you could. But yeah, that stuff is it's unobtainable. So all that haziness, that devent on the outside, that'll all melt away. It'll be gone.
Okay.
It's beautiful. And I take this down. It's, you know, even these ends, they look really cool, twisted up like that.
I do notice that in my sticks for tears.
These little ends,
Yeah.
and they look cool, huh?
Oh yeah.
So that one I went a little long. So yeah,
That's a
a
good
lot
one
of
piece.
sticks there. Get a lot of prep.
Alright.